Viatkina and I'm back with my Hit or Miss series. Each time I'm handpicking for you several artworks that are trading right now on the market and sharing with you secret knowledge art dealers are sitting on. So keep watching this video if you want to become an art connoisseur yourself and learn which paintings are worth investing and which ones would make you regret that you spent money on them. That's coming up. Well, as usual, you're gonna see me talking and you're gonna see my screen of what I'm showing out there for you. So let's get started. And the first lot for today is this portrait of an old man. Just have a quick look at it. You may say like, so what? It's an old man, an ugly portrait, all black, very dark. What's inside? But actually, it shows a very good mastery and technique. Do you see the face? When you see the face of such an old man, these beards, these eyes that seem to know it all, there is a big photo. Photos are not that good. They are provided by the auction house, by the auctioneer, but well, at least there are many of them, so we can see close-ups and the crackler here. Well, in the eyes and face expression and what's in the face, his thoughts, that you can feel that. Don't you agree? And actually that's the master of an artist. When I see such old men, I always start thinking about Rembrandt and his paintings of old men that he used to paint it while he was also growing old. And actually this one is supposed to be by one of, not say the followers, not say the circle of Rembrandt, but one of his contemporaries, Jan Lievens. And all in all, the painting seems to be quite in good condition. Maybe he's wearing a hat or something. Have a look at this dark side here, like a flibustière, a parrot, yeah, an old one. I was very interested. I tried to find something about Jan Lievens. And yeah, I went to Art Price database to see the prices for Jan Lievens' work. And I saw a lot of old men. Look at this one. Looks quite similar, and the beard and the eyes and the expression. It was sold for almost $100,000. A lot, isn't it? Another old man, $500,000. Look at this one, $3 million. Genuine old man, you see? And I understood that paintings of old men are the most valuable by Jan Lievens. So could you imagine how lucrative may be this hunt for this possibly sleeper or what? I read what the gallery that is selling this, well, what the auctioneer writes about the lot, and it says that it could be like possibly by Dutch artist Jan Lievens, extremely well painted, exact detail, general bullshit, and a condition report. That's what most interesting for us. They say it's been professionally restored, lined, relined, that means I'm gonna show you it later. Black light reveals restoration. Maybe one day I'll film a video how to examine a painting with a black light. It's very interesting. Costs like nothing for you, but a very good tool for you to examine paintings. What do I usually suppose we should do? Right, we should have a look at the back side of the painting. They seem to have the photo of the back side, but look, what's that? They put some, I don't know, some plastic on the back. They would say, oh, that's for reinforce the stretcher bars because they're old and so on and so forth. Guys, there are a lot of ways to reinforce backside stretchers without hiding what's on the back with this white plastic piece. So what should that mean? That they're hiding something from you. You know, a backside may tell you way more than the facade of the painting. And here we can see nothing. They won't take it out for you, I suppose. And actually that's really, really sad. And that's why a potentially very good painting, if not by Jan Lievens, but maybe by his follower or for Jan Lievens' studio. I don't know if he had one, but we can make that research. The hand seems to be like really confident in what in what the painter was doing. But how can we prove that? This crackler doesn't mean that much. If it was professionally restored, then these marks, why are they there? Maybe they were left for us to make it feel old. I don't know. And yeah, so be careful with such kind of paintings. Another one I wanted to share you was this one. It's said to be by Jonathan Richardson. Could probably be one. I examined his works and looks quite similar. But again, you always want to look at the back, especially if we are talking about potentially a painting from 17th or 18th century. But have a look here. Again, this plastic cover. Why so? To reinforce the stretchers? No, it doesn't work like that. There are many other ways to do it. So this thing really covers something in there on the back side. Something very interesting for us, maybe signs of bad restoration or a lot of damage on the surface of the canvas. Very interesting. What does it say? And of course, I assume that restorers may do that, like not intentionally cover the criminal part. No, they may think like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it, it's easy for us, let's just put it on there. But any good art dealer or collector should understand that, okay, that may be not done on purpose, but it's still something is hidden out there. Would you like to take this risk on you? If you would like, then you should go for it. Let's see how this painting would perform. It's very interesting because the work has a very good artist hand in that. By Jan Lievens or not Jan Lievens, I don't know. Maybe people who have a chance to be in Florida and go to West Palm Beach to examine the painting like in detail with their own eyes would know more. Let's have a look. And well, let's go first. Another painting that I found for you, this like absolutely unattributed painting, British School, 18th century. Definitely 18th century. You can check it out with the Connoisseur app and see that this is the portrait and fashion of middle 18th century. So it could be like the second half of the 18th century or middle 18th century. Still, it's out there. The photo here is not that good, but I understand already from that very photo that the painting is quite interesting. I went to the website of this Clark's auction gallery and found a way better version of the painting, so we can look at it right now. That's what I encourage you to do. So here the eyes and his how he's looking. I like that. I like how he's posing. When I first looked at this painting, the name of George Romney, renowned British painter, came to my mind. Of course, I googled him and have a look. Actually, a lot do I have in common. Here and here. It's a little bit different, the ones that are authenticated by Romney, that are truly originals by him, but still we see something similar. So I wouldn't say that this is the painting by Romney. No, probably, but that could be easy, a painting from a circle of him or a studio of him. Another interesting fact, it's not that big, it's something like this size, and usually renowned painters wouldn't bother taking commissions for painting like small paintings that would bring them less money than really great official paintings and full size. So I believe that might have been a sketch for a further painting. What did the artist do then? They just painted only the head, some hair to have a look and feel, and a little bit of a color area, and left the canvas like this. some dealers from 19th century and from 18th century, well, right after artist's death, they had these paintings. They were clearly studies, non finito, and they just painted out themselves to make them look like a finished painting and sell out, because they believed that, oh yeah, that would sell better than just an unfinished sketch, which I actually doubt, because I really believe that there is a lot of charm in non-finito, in sketch paintings. But yeah, this may well be the case. Maybe not, maybe that was like just someone from his tutor, his pupil, or some follower. But again, the hand of a painter here is quite confident. And what I like the most, yes, the face expression. I like the eyes. Lips were, I guess this redness was added by later restoration. And but what I like most, I like this. You see here it's dark, and here we have this light around the face, and how it diffuses in the dark. It's actually very tasty, very beautiful, and shows a really good hand of an artist. Maybe not that a grand name, but still. Actually, I would, right now it says like British School, I would say like attributed to, not like attributed to George Romney, probably circle of George Romney. Follower of George Romney, I believe it's circle. Follower is someone who painted like several decades after the death. Circle is his contemporary. I would believe that it's his contemporary. Maybe you have a bad idea which British artist this painting and its manner symbolizes more. I would be thrilled to know what you are thinking about it. Before we proceed to the price, you'll be surprised. Let me point out some drawbacks of this painting. Even from such a photo, we can see, look at this area here, this area here under his right eye, and probably this one. I'm not sure why it's blurred, but these two on his face, these two areas are clearly a very bad restoration of some defects. Why it's so bad? Because it's clearly visible right now that's been restored. Actually, even if you have a painting with a hole in it, a good restorer may make it look like there is nothing out there. So actually, if you take it to a good restorer, he can remove this painting layer and put one with his own hand and with his own technique, and you wouldn't notice anything. Actually, that's sad because it's face. But more or less, the craquellar structure and these parts of the face make me feel that the painting is generally in a good condition. They don't say much about this painting in the description. On side, overall with frame the size, and that's it. But yeah, no backside photo. It's understandable in this case. But yeah, have a look. These are signs of bad restoration. Well, I don't think it's a big problem here. Look at the price. $200. A painting of that quality for $200. Guys, I'd definitely go for it, because it's like for free, and you may certainly just spend this money and be sure it's worthwhile. It's really worth painting for that. Just look at it, even from this smaller size like that. It looks brilliant. It has the spirit of 18th century in it, and it's really an interesting piece. For $200, give it a try. Let's go further. I went to eBay. A lot of paintings out there, and this one actually, I have a lot of doubts about it. It attracted me because of the exceptional quality of the lace. I loved it. His coat, I don't know. I don't like the background red. Why so? But it clearly is the Flemish School, 17th century, maybe even the beginning of 17th century, end of 16th century. But I can't say more. I'm not that a specialist, but yeah, it's definitely Flemish School. And what's interesting about that? They have a lot of photos here. They're good, and I wanted to show you something. Remember, we're talking about canvases that are relined. What does that mean? That you take an old canvas take it out from stretchers, maybe cut a little bit from the edges, and attach it to the new one with some gum or mastic or glue, and make it kind of a support for the old canvas. It was very popular in 19th century. They did that a lot to each and every painting, but didn't have that technique and that instruments that we do have today. But that's quite a common situation, and I want to show you how it actually looks like for you to spot in future. So the details, look, the crackler, the eyes. Yeah, the painting is definitely old, it's no doubt, it has something in it, but maybe not a very prominent artist did painted that. Here you go. You see, this one is an old canvas. It was kind of like cut down and not it wasn't done very neatly. And here is, I wouldn't say new, but it was new in 19th century when it was relined, maybe even earlier, but I believe that's 19th century. And so yeah, here is the new painting. So the old one, the new one. And you can always see that on the surface of the stretcher bar of paintings that were relined. And sometimes you would not see it like here, but maybe the edge would be here. But usually, yeah, that's how it looks like. And from the back side, you see new canvas, and we see that these are the signs of varnish going through both canvases and appearing here. That means actually quite a heavy restoration, and that's not a very good sign, but okay, anything can happen. And these are the stretcher bars, they are new. But yeah, that's the most interesting part for you. So that's how it looks like, actually, the old canvas put on a new canvas. Sometimes they may even sometimes reinforce these very sides and put another stripes of canvas here, or maybe they just to reinforce these parts when the canvas is folding the stretcher bar, so that's when the third layer may appear. So be familiar and just recognize this. That's a very interesting one. So I wouldn't recommend bidding for this painting, because yeah, we don't know much, and there are actually a lot of paintings like that in the market, but still it's quite an interesting one. The lace is exquisite, you can say nothing more. The face is typical to Flemish School painting. But if you are an expert and may tell something to me and to our community down in the comments, I would really appreciate you sharing that. And yeah, the price, paying straightforward, no bidding, I suppose. So yeah, probably think about it. And finally, guys, I'm sure you had such situations when you just like the painting and you don't care who painted that. Who is the artist? What does it worth? Would you be able to resell it? Are you paying over or underpaying? You just love the painting, you want to put it in your interior and look at it every day. And here is exactly the situation that happened to me. Look at this one. I found it again, American auction. It doesn't have any attribution, though there is a signature, and it's barely readable with this quality of photograph. But I'm sure if you're looking at the painting in flash and maybe use some other lights, it'll be easy for you to distinguish. But what we can say, it's 97. What does that mean, 97? Definitely not 1997. So what it then means, 1897. So it's the very end of 19th century. And yeah, the style of the painting, the style of the girl says that that's kind of impressionistic symbolism, and that's what was very common in 19th century. They say it's Eastern European school. I can only agree. It may be something from Austria or Prague, may well be Russian school, and maybe the signature could reveal that if we have a better quality of painting and could know who really painted that. What does that mean? It's probably K, probably that's T or I, probably that's Z. I'm not sure, nobody came into my mind. Maybe you know. I would really be happy to know, because I really love the painting. Yes, of course, I'm a little bit sad that I don't know the artist. It's quite hard to distinguish it. I'm sure you found yourself in such situations. That's why I'm waiting so much for the new release, new update for our Connoisseur app, because we then would have an opportunity to upload an image, any artwork, any painting in the app, and AI will analyze it and tell you who might have painted this painting, which school it belongs to, what is the style and era and whatsoever. And that would be very important for me in this case, for example, when I don't know the artist, just to have an idea who might have painted that, because right now, like Eastern Europe is grand, I don't know who might have painted that. And then we'll have the names to then make a deeper search and know what's coming up. So really, I encourage you to download Connoisseur app if you haven't. It's absolutely free, and yes, discover art in a new dimension right now. So yeah, and actually the fun part about it, you don't know much about painting and you still like it. Why not going for it? Actually, auctioneer's estimate is not that much, and the painting is pretty. I just imagine how it would look in interior, and have a look. Brilliant! On like a gray wall like this, or here imagine, or let's have a look. If you have some grayish, some shades of this painting on the wall, it would look actually cool and very interesting. Just imagine this wall, this dark wall is also brilliant. If you have walls like that, and you may well buy this painting as if you would buy some poster from IKEA or some work from a contemporary artist, so some abstract expressionism or whatever. Why not put in this painting? It would really speak about your taste, because it's a late 19th century work, symbolism style, and I think it's really brilliant, beautiful. This girl has something in it, and the subject here, she's like holding this hoop and looking at you like this. I guess it's very nice, and come on, like for less than $1,000, I believe it's a good investment in your interior, that's for sure. And maybe you would be able to distinguish who is the author, and that will raise that in price. So why not buying it as an interior piece? And that's what I encourage you doing. If you just simply like the work and you could imagine you living with it and looking at it each and every day, why not going for it? That's actually also a very wise decision. Don't always look about its investment value and how you're gonna resell it. Sometimes, most of the times, it doesn't matter at all. If the painting speaks to you, just go for it. And this one is very stylish. And in contemporary modern interiors, cold, minimalistic ones, it would really look brilliant and attract your attention. So that's my gift for you. Well, my friends, that was it for tonight, and I really regret to say that, well, actually it's the end of the art season. Everybody is on holiday and auctions are also on holiday. Not that much is going on, and everyone will be back in September. So I suggest, why not we take a pause with this very hit or miss series and go back in September with some new lots, new fascinating auctions, and new tips and tricks for you to learn and become an art expert yourself. I'll do my best. We'll do some drawing special and landscape specials. Why not, if you are a fan of landscapes? And yes, some general roaming about what's on the art market, what are potential hidden gems, and what are just cool things for you to discover. Yeah, there will be still videos going out in summer, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and never miss anything. Let's become art connoisseurs together. And yes, thank you for watching, and see you very, very soon. Bye bye.